Imagine a ruler, a man who crushes his rivals with the weight of his own shadow, who bends loyalty with gifts, fear, privilege, and punishment. A man who survives every uprising, every betrayal, every storm. Tell me, is this man a failure, or is he the purest definition of success? You hesitate, because admitting the truth feels dangerous, uncomfortable, almost sinful. But listen closely. If he still holds power, he is successful. Because in the brutal architecture of politics, morality is not a pillar, power is. And no one understood this better than the mind that terrified centuries. Niccolo Machiavelli. Born in 1469, in a fractured Italy torn into feuding city-states, Machiavelli became the first man in history to stare directly into the heart of power and write down what he saw without flinching. He did not write about virtue. He did not write about goodness. He wrote Prince, a book designed not to make rulers loved, but to make them untouchable. Because Machiavelli knew a truth that civilized societies still refuse to accept. Power survives not through kindness, but through strategy. You want morality? Go to church. You want to rule? Welcome to the dark. He shattered the illusion of righteous leadership with one sentence that echoes through every empire, every dictatorship, every boardroom, every throne. The ends justify the means. A sentence forged not from cruelty, but from observation. Hegel later sharpened this blade. You cannot heal a gangrenous limb with lavender water. You cut it off. This is the logic of power. Cold, surgical, necessary. And Machiavelli taught rulers how to use it. He offered tactics that would make even modern leaders sweat. One of them so precise, so manipulative, so effective, that it became immortal. The Governor Gambit. A province rebels. Chaos spreads. People demand justice. Machiavelli whispers, "Send a ruthless governor. Let him crush the rebellion with iron and fire. Let all hatred flow to him. And when the dust settles, punish him. Execute him publicly. Condemn him for the very brutality you ordered." The people weep with gratitude. They bless their leader for his justice. And power stands unshaken. Is it moral? No. Is it effective? Terrifyingly. Machiavelli understood something about humans we still deny. People betray the leaders they love, but they obey the leaders they fear. So he asks, should a ruler be loved or feared? His answer cuts like a blade. If you cannot be both, be feared. But never hated, for hatred unifies the masses. Fear isolates them. History has already tested his theory. Saddam Hussein, brutal, merciless, paranoid. Yet he sometimes walked into the poorest homes and filled their refrigerators with food. Why? Because a leader who rules only with terror dies quickly. A leader who mixes terror with selective generosity becomes a myth. For 24 years, Saddam embodied the Machiavellian formula. Feared, but not entirely hated. Machiavelli also saw the power of religion, not as faith, but as a political tool. He argued for secular rule, yet said quietly, if religion can control the masses, then a wise ruler will use it. Do you understand what that means? He separated church from state, only to weaponize the church. Throughout history, rulers who followed his logic were rarely loved in their time. Mehmed the Conqueror, condemned for fratricide, devshirme, taxes, now revered as a titan of strategy. Napoleon, loathed, exiled, defeated, now celebrated as the architect of modern France. Machiavelli's verdict is brutal. Great leaders are hated while alive and worshipped when dead. His own student, Lorenzo de' Medici, played the game with ruthless grace, crushing rival families, defying the Pope, forging alliances across continents. He even connected himself to power beyond Italy, sending gifts to Sultan Mehmed, a diplomatic dance of wolves dressed as kings. And today, hundreds of years later, Machiavelli's shadow still decides elections, still shapes nations, still breathes behind every throne. Look at Venezuela, a nation collapsing, inflation beyond calculation, millions suffering. Yet the ruler remains. Machiavelli smiles from the grave. If he remains in power, then he is successful. Because for Machiavelli, leadership is not about virtue, not about morality, not about public proof. Leadership is survival. His final warning is the cruelest truth of all. History is written by leaders who are willing to dirty their hands. The clean ones vanish. So ask yourself, in a world built on ambition, fear, manipulation, betrayal, and raw human nature, who truly leads? The righteous man, or the one who understands darkness well enough to command? The answer, as Machiavelli has never changed. Power belongs to those who dare to seize it.